All right, guys, so let's get into the middle of our mats. Ready to go for our hobby session now. So it's going to be a mixed ability, mostly around the intermediate level. But obviously I'll give some easier variations and some harder variations kind of based on where you are and how you're feeling today. So relax your arms down by the sides. Breathe in and bring your shoulders up to your ears, and breathe out and roll the shoulder blades down the back. Breathe in straight up to those earlobes. Breathe out, glide and round the back. One more of those. Breathe in straight up with the shoulders. Breathe out, glide it round and down, and keep it there. So you really want to imagine those shoulder blades are really firmly pressed against the rib cage, but gliding lovely down towards that lower back. We're going to widen those collarbones and just turn, look over one shoulder, and turn and look over the other. Two more of those. Breathing in to turn, breathe out to hold, breathe in to turn, breathe out to hold, and drop the chin on the next breath in. Sweep the chin along and look up. Breathing in to look down, breathing out to look up. Two more. So we just got our feet stuck together, and even twizzling our head round. We've got to work those feet a little bit harder. Turn and look towards the front. Float those hands up, and we'll just go straight into a little dumb waiter. Just going to start warming up through those shoulders. So nice and gently, breathing out to open the hands, breathe in to close the hands. And as you breathe out, try to do that little glide down with the rib cage, and breathe in, let the rib cage lift. So breathe out, glide the ribs down, breathe in, rib cage lift. And we'll just do a couple more of those. Again, just starting, shoulder warm up. I'm just starting to get those abs kicking with that nice breath. Breathe out, but stretch into that Cleopatra now. So turn the palms to face the back wall. And breathing in to return those hands back in. So kind of four movements. One, then stretch. And then we bring the elbows in before we close those hands back down again. Okay, breathing out to open and breathing in to close. So two more of those. Breathing out to open and breathing in to close. We just want to basically warm up the whole shoulder complex. Keep the palms facing forward and keep those arms outstretched, please. Relax those shoulder blades into your back pockets. Just go for 5 small circles. So really small, just think like a side plate. Nothing too dramatic, really smooth. Reverse the circle. And as you bring those hands backwards, just give those shoulder blades a little squeeze as you go. 2 and 1. And then bring those hands together just to shoulder height. Keeping the thumbs facing the ceiling, we're going to lift up and open into our capital Y stretch. And then gently come back down and in again. Fantastic. Breathing out to open. Breathing in to close. And remember, as we open, you're gliding the rib cage down. And breathe in, you can let that rib cage soften and lift. Breathe out, tuck the ribs down. Breathe in, lift the ribs. 2 more. Breathe out, tuck the ribs. Breathe in, lift the ribs. Good. Last one. Breathing out. Breathing in, and then let those arms just rest down by our side. We'll go straight into a roll down. If you need to take the feet further apart for balance, please do so. But if you want to challenge that balance, drop the chin to the chest, roll the shoulders forward, and sink to that 1 vertebrae at a time. Just breathe in at the bottom, enjoying that stretch, and breathe out to roll yourself up slowly. So really try to go through one of those bits of vertebrae at a time. Shoulders up, second to last. Head up last. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out again. So try to make the breath out last all the way down if you can. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, roll up. And again, try to make the breath out last if you can. We're going to do one more. Breathing in at the top and breathe out. So I just want to warm up everything today, but totally individual. Get every single joint really warm. Roll up on that next breath out. Pull the shoulders back and down. And just take yourself to a hip distance apart foot position. We're going to take one hand up to the ceiling. We're going to bend the opposite knee, lifting that heel, and then just switch over for a nice little toy soldier. So again, just start off really gently. Nice fluid movement. And what I'd love for you guys to try to do is keep the movement very up and down not side to side. So really try to work through just a very big lift through the heels and lower. Lift through the heels and lower. So we're not going side to side. Good. Now, if that feels comfortable, let's draw in that center, lift that pelvic floor, and don't put your heels down in between. So your heels are just off the floor, just challenging that balance a little bit. Good. Bit more wobbly through the ankles, but that's obviously what we're looking to train. Fantastic. 3, 2, 1, and then just bring the hands onto the hips. We're going to continue doing the leg movement. So we're going to continue doing our lift and lower with our little toy soldier legs, but we're going to change it up, just challenge that stability by now not moving the upper body. So we're still moving those legs, but we're not bouncing up and down. So we're still moving those legs, but we're not bouncing up and down. Good. A few more of those. Nice control. And then back to our bounce again. Fantastic. Good. Well done, guys. Okay. Just bring one foot up. Just kind of go up onto your tippy toe. Scrunch your toes over in front of you and just push forward like that. So you're stretching out the front of your foot. Just a couple of seconds, but gently. And put it foot down. Tippy toe the other foot. Scrunch the toes over and then push forward. Again, just a nice little stretch through the front of the foot. Good. And then back down again. Back onto the other side and just do a couple of little ankle rolls. Nice. We're going to do some kind of movement around some different angles now. Reverse that circle. So just want to make sure those ankles are really warm. That's going to help stabilize the knee. And then switch over. If we wake up those ankles, we can help the knee stabilize. Reverse that circle. Feet should feel nice and warm. And just go to one side of your mat. So nothing too dramatic. We want a little bit of length, but nice and sticky. So we're going to go narrow feet to start off with. What we're going to try to do is do a nice long stride out. So just soften the knees a little bit. Take a big stride out to the side. Try to have a double check now that your feet are still pointing straight. So both feet are pointing directly forward. And we just drop gently into a little sliding, little one, keeping that foot on the floor. So feet are pointing forward a little bit. We get a little stretch through that inner thigh. The back stays nice and flat. And you can kind of keep your hands in front of you just to relax those shoulders. And then we step in, bring in those feet together again, and try to make it a real strong finish. So we step, drop, check that foot is still pointing forward, lift that inner arch, and then up, and then really strong finish. Breathe out on the way down on the next one. Breathe in. Nice. Breathing out slow, and then quite a quick breath in. Gorgeous. Let's go for 3 more. Breathe in, our pelvic floor lift. Breath in, hold, set the center. 2 more. Breathe in. And remember, you just go as low or as little as you want to. You can just do a half stride if you need to. But we're just warming up. Breath in, hold. Lovely. And just relax. And take yourself across to the other side. Fantastic. Feet together. Really strong. Hands in front. Shoulders back and down. With the first one, again, just take the stride. Check the feet are, yeah, we're in a straight line. Find a comfortable position. Yeah, just ensure that we're feeling that and we're happy with that movement. And then up we come. Try to get those feet touching, remember, if you can, but really tall at the top. Okay, breath in. And then short, sharp. Whoop. There we go, there's my balance. Breath in. So breathing out on the way down and breathing in on the way up. Good. Now again, just take your time. If it's too much to have the other knee completely straight, you can just do a little wide kind of squat. That's fine. But either way, 2 more. Slow breath out, find the stretch. And then really engage through that center as you pop up. Breathing out, lift the pelvic floor. And breathe in to come up. And relax. Fantastic, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Come back into the center of your mat. I'm going to go side on to show you what the next one looks like. We're just modifying a standing swim. We've done it before. Feet hip distance apart. roll those shoulders back and down, and let's have those hands again just in front of you. We're going to start off with a high knee. So whichever knee you want to start off with, just give a nice little single leg tabletop and float. The rest of the body hasn't moved. We kept that nice straight back, really tall through those shoulders. We're going to take that toe back, glide it behind us, and as the leg stretches out, we're just going to lower through the upper body. So we're still in this lovely straight line, and we're going to tap that toe behind us 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to just glide ourselves back to our very, very tall standing high knee. Breathe out into that second stretch. Normal breath pattern for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then try to do a breath in to stand, like almost use that rib to kind of think helium balloon. Breathe out into that side again. Bend the knee that you're standing on as low as you feel comfortable. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then breathe in, straighten the knee you're standing on and get as tall as you can. Okay, 2 more rounds. Breathe out. Bend the knee that you're standing on as much as you feel comfortable to do so. 5. That back knee's got to be really straight. 2 and 1. And then gently lift up. So that standing leg should be starting to feel a bit fatigued. Breathe out. Bend the knee that you're standing on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe in. Finish on a high knee. And let the leg rest. Fantastic, guys. Good. Okay. Ooh, so we should be feeling a bit tired in that leg we just worked. Now just equal it up for the other side. Start hip distance apart. Start very, very tall. Hands in front. Shoulders rolled back and down. Float that second leg up into that tabletop. Really nice and strong. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out. So we're stretching the leg behind us, lowering the knee, and then keeping that back lovely and flat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then breathe in. Helium balloon head, lift to the ceiling. Breathe out. Stretch the leg, lower the chest, shoulders pulled back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently come back through to that high knee. Okay, 3 more of those, guys. So again, you can rest at any point in between. You can put the foot down at any point in between, you know, kind of stand up, then bring the high knee. But let's just try to do it. You know, I know that I'm doing it at my speed, my pace, but really, because you know the movement, just do it as slow as you want to go. So if I'm chasing ahead, it doesn't matter. We'll eventually try to get you to the same speed, but as long as the technique's good, that's what we're looking for. Last one, lift up, breath in, pull those shoulders back and down, finish almost very posh, and then lower ourselves down. Fantastic. Okay, good. Last bit. I really want to get those legs working before we move on to the floor exercises. So feet together, toes out, heels out, reset that foot position. Hands are going to float up as we sink into our knee bend. Lovely. 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stay there. Lift the heels up. If you want to, 5 more pulses, but you can put your heels down if you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Really draw that belly button in, guys. Really lift that pelvic floor. So when we stand up, there should be no wobble because you're really strong through this position here. Lower the heels down. Okay, let's go again. Sink into the knee bend. If you need to, just knee bend up and down. But pulse here if you can. Pelvic floor lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you want to, float both heels up. Pulse again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Base of the rib cage. Tuck the base of the rib cage up. You should feel extra strength through the abdominal area. So again, when you stand up, beautifully strong. Lower. Woo! Okay, let's go to the floor. Okay, so Hip distance apart feet, just go into a nice roll down to begin with. So chin to chest, sinking through. Get the nice stretch at the bottom before you drop to the knees. Walk yourself forward. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of things on our knees now. So if we need some variations, I'll give them in a second. We're going to go for some leg pull and prone prep. So really starting off square. So let's just take a little bit of time to set ourselves up. So look between the knees. We want them to be hip distance apart, and I want the feet to be in line. So you shouldn't be able to see your feet through your knees. Look up now. So you're looking in between your middle fingers, and that's where I want your gaze to stay once we've started the exercise. Lifting the back of the neck right up to the ceiling, and then just tucking the chin in, that little double chin. Drop your shoulders away from your earlobes by gliding those shoulder blades down the spine, and then float that base of that rib cage up. Lifting the belly button, so drawing in through that centre, and engaging that pelvic floor. So the eye, knee, or wee muscles are going to be engaged. We're going to tuck the toes under. 1, 2. Try to get as much of your foot and the ball of your toes on the floor as you can. Soften the elbows slightly if you don't want to be too hyperextended on there. And we'll start off with a breath in, setting the centre, breathe out, float the knees, breathe in to hold that strong position, and breathe out to lower. Breathe in to reset, shoulders down, breathe out to float just a few inches, breathe in to hold, and then breathe out to lower. Keep on going. If the wrists are sore, drop yourself down onto your elbows, and you can do the same knee lift, hold, and lower. You could also try the fist position if you want to, just because those wrists may be a little bit too extended. If this is too much on the knees, okay guys, just rest the toes and take yourself into some swimming level 4 with or without the arm lift, okay? If the knees are a bit sore today, just take your time. If you're feeling comfortable with our leg pull and prone lift, let's extend it, make it a little harder. Rest, reset that strong position. The next time you lift those knees up, let's go together, hold it there, and then take one foot off the floor, bringing the heel towards your bum without moving anything else, and then put that foot down again. And then lift the other side and down. So basically doing little bum flicks, or slow bum flicks. And don't let that bum creep up, keep it nice and low. And then as we move side to side, bum flick, keep the breath natural. Now let's think about the weight in your hands. You really want the tummy to be doing so much stability that you don't feel this huge weight shift. Left hand, right hand. We want to keep the weight equal, 50-50 between those hands. Let's go for 4 more. Little endurance hold, keep the knees low. After that 4th one, just lower the knees down. Rest the toes, everybody, and have a quick stretch back. Well done, guys. I'd like to do that one more time. So pick the upper body position, forearms, fist or hands. And then we're going to try and again go for our little bum flicks, but keeping those knees really, really low. So let's come up. 4-point kneel. Toes tucked under. Shoulders lift. Shoulders down. Breathe in, belly button up, set the centre, so tuck that ribs up too. Lift the knees. Remember, if it's too much, just do the lift and lower. Everybody else, bum flip. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Stop there. Drop the knees halfway. Really push that strength. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then now lower. Last little child pose, good. Rotate of those wrists. Now, I've got one more thing I want to do in 4-point kneel, but I'm not going to go straight there. I want to give our wrists a little rest. So grab your block, pop that down in front of you, We're going to let the wrists completely rest off for a minute. We're going to go into some breaststroke preparations. So I've got my balls right in my way. There we go. Okay, so forehead on the block. Arms long by our side. Legs are hip distance apart. And then just gently bring your hands up to your hips. We're going to really set ourselves into a beautiful position. So forwards tilt, backwards tilt of that pelvis. So you're tipping forward, tipping backwards. Now, if you know that you're quite dropped in the lower back, or you've got quite an arched lower back, you might want just to prop up your tummy with a pillow or a rolled up towel, just to give your lower back a little bit more stability, okay? But again, if you're not sure, just contact me and we'll go through it together. Alrighty, palms facing the ceiling now, arms long. So we're going to start off warming up just the arms. So glue your head to your block. Give yourself your double chin, long back of the neck. And then when you're ready, set the center, squeeze the glutes, really stabilize the torso. And then simply lift the arms, lift the shoulders, just in line with your thighs. And then turn the palms to face the thigh. And that should give you a little bit more of a shoulder blade squeeze. And then very simply, we lower it back down here. Back of the hands and shoulders to the floor. So we're going to lift, turn the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades as you breathe out. And breathe in to lower them down. Breathing out to lift. Breathing in to lower. So let's keep on going with that. So it really is a gentle movement. And I'd like your hands to only be in line with your thighs. If you take your hands higher than your body, you're likely to lose that good, safe shoulder position. So you don't need to take it very high. Okay, so that's shoulder blades, not about how high can I get my arm. So keep on going. Couple more. Breaststroke prep. Level 1, just to begin with. Now you can stay at that level if you want to. Lift and lower. But let's have a quick rest. I'd like everybody to just do a little bit more of a backwards tilt, so lengthening that tailbone away from the nape of the neck before we move into level 2. So level 2, same arm position, same arm movement, but the breastbone is going to float up just a couple of inches. So my gaze doesn't change, the back of my neck stays lovely and long, but most importantly, no tension in my lower back. It's just my upper back that's kind of lifting. And then lower down in between. So it's a breath out to lift. Let's endurance hold. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in to reset. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to hold. And breathe out to lower. And let's keep that going. So again, just nice and simply lifting and lowering. If anybody feels it in the lower back, you've probably lifted too high because you're arching the lower back. We don't want that. And I'd love everybody's feet to be glued to the floor. So again, if you feel your feet start to kind of flap and lift, you've just gone too high because we want it to be a shoulder and an upper back exercise. If those legs start to float, we're going too high and we've lost the reason behind this gorgeous exercise. Let's go up to the top and stay up there. Now you can do this level with your head down if you want to, but turn your palms to the floor now. I basically do some hundreds arms. So we'll start pulsing. Really gentle. Lengthen through the back of the neck, lift that belly button, set the center, pulse, pulse, pulse. And you're just imagining, you're just kind of creating a little ripple in the puddle. You're not really splashing it. So that's how gentle I want these pulses. But guys, reach those fingertips towards your toes. Glide those shoulder blades down towards your hips and lengthen that tailbone, so backwards tilt. Normal breathing. 3, 2, 1, and then gently lower Completely rest. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Push yourself up and do a quick child pose stretch again. So dropping down, and this time walk your hands across to one side, keeping the head dropped. If you roll to the right hand side, walk your left hand forward further. If you've walked to the left side, walk your right hand further forward and press that palm into the floor. So the side that you've reached a little bit further, press it down. Try to drop your armpits towards the floor as well. Increase that side stretch. Breathe in, breathe out one more time. And then just walk those hands through the middle, across to the other side. Again, walk that other hand forward a couple more centimetres. Press that palm in. Drop that armpit towards the floor. Hold, just really pushing, but gently on the rest of the body. Last breath in and breath out. Walk the hands back to the centre, and we're going to come back up to 4.0. So hopefully those wrists a little rest. Bring the knees and feet back hip distance apart. Lift those shoulders, drop the shoulders away from the ear, lift the base of that rib cage and engage that centre. So do a modified swimming level 4. So let's just start with that. Let's check that we're all happy. Legs first. Glide one leg out. When it is straight, float it up in line, but reach behind you. And gently tap the toe before you bring it in. And let's just check the other side. So straighten, reach, lift that leg. Breathe in, hold. And breathe out lower. Okay, now test the arms. Make sure we're happy. Straighten one arm. Again, when it's reached, lift. No movement in the torso. Lower it down. When you switch the hands over, again, there's not a huge weight change through the body. Lift the other side. Lower down. If they're okay, put them together. So draw in the centre. Now you're straightening one arm and the opposite leg, reaching it away. And again, guys, you've got to stop when that lower back starts to move. It's all about maintaining a straight back, lifting with that torso before we lower. And again, when you switch the weight across, there shouldn't be this huge movement because hopefully that torso is beautifully stable. So that's our swimming level 4. Now you can stay at any of those levels, just legs, just arms, or one arm and the opposite leg. But what I'd like to try to do is take those ranges a bit further. So let's start with the legs. Stretch one leg behind you, guys. Nice and high. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take it outwards, reaching it wide, gently bringing it back in line with the body before it comes back in again. Good, okay. Straighten out the other leg. Reach it to the side. Bring it back to the midline and down. So just the leg, one more time. It straightens behind you, comes out to the side, comes back in line and glides in. Good, one more. So stretch behind, out wide to the side. Lovely. Straighten it in and glide. Fantastic. Now let's do the arms. So lift the arm. Take it wide, just in line with the shoulder. Reach it in front. Back down it goes. Other arm. 1, 2. Now lift the ribs, guys. Lift the base of that rib cage up. 2 more. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Just keep your chest so high. Make that shoulder work super hard. Reaching. Back in. And down. Now hold that position. Now guys, you can do alternate leg, leg, then arm, arm. But let's try to put them both together. So stretch and reach one arm and the opposite leg. Take the arm and leg out wide. Bring it back to the middle. Glide it in. Fantastic. Looks great. Okay, stretch. Reach across. Bring it back and in. A quick check. What's the lower back doing? Make sure it's not dropped and got lazy. Let's keep going. Breathe out to stretch. Breathe in to open. Breathe out to come back to the straight line. Breathe in to lower the hands and feet, start again. Breathing out, reach. Breathe in, that circle. Breathe out, back. Breathe in, start again. Gorgeous, 4 more, let's go. Now again, if the breath is too much, that's fine. Not a problem, but we've got to work. Lifting the chest, engaging that belly button. So we really want that core stability coming only from the torso. No tension through that neck. So really keep those shoulders away from the ears. 1 more to each side. And then very gently sit yourself down. Fantastic. Let those wrists kind of roll off, flop off. We should feel kind of quite tight, but nothing should be sore. Now I'm going to get you to have a ball available at your side and the band available at your side. You can go for a medium to strong one on this one, I think. And then gently lay yourself down on your back. So I'm going to keep the block under my head, just to start off with. So I want to see what's going on. Okay, we're going to start off, again, thinking about all that stability through the torso. We're going to get the band, we're going to pop it around our ankles and shimmy it up to just above the knee. And remember, guys, at any point you can just take this away. You don't have to have the band there, that's fine. Okay, so feet hip distance apart, knees hip distance apart. Remember, the band will want your knees to kind of come in. You've got to work to keep them nice and wide. So we're going to go for scissors, all right? A little scissors exercise, so length through the arms, shoulders back. So level 1 is single leg tabletop, so we'll all start there. Breathe in, set the center around that neutral pelvis. Breathing in. Breathe out, just glide the ribs down towards the pubic bone and pull that pelvic floor up. Breathe in to hold that stability. And the next time you breathe out, float one leg up to a nice single leg tabletop, just nice and square. And breathe in, toe heel down. Breathe out, the other leg lifts. Breathe in, pop it down. So our level 1, single leg tabletop, lift and lower, a beautiful start position. And if you're doing level 1, just think about pelvic floor lift and rib cage glide down. So if you're at level 1, let's stay there. If you want to go to double leg tabletop, level 2, take one leg up, then take the second leg up, and then we're going to tap. One leg down and lift, and the other leg down and lift. So we're literally just taking tabletop, breathe out, tap, breathe in, lift. Sorry, my waistband's digging into the floor. That's better. I've got a zip. Oh, I've got a zip. There we go. That's better. Breathing out to tap, breathing in to lift. So we're just starting off level 2-ish, breathing into lift. Just working on, it's an easy movement, isn't it, guys? But what's happening at your torso? Pop your hand on your tummy. You know, you want to feel tension around the abdominal area, but nothing should be kind of bulging out. You don't want any doming going on. Okay, you need to be able to always have the ability to draw that belly button in, lifting that pelvic floor. And let's go for one leg down at a time. Hands out wide and just roll the knees side to side. Because we've done lots of movement so far where we've asked the back not to move. So let's just make sure it's feeling comfy. Roll it side to side. So I'd like to take us up a little bit faster into that scissors exercise. Hug the knees into the chest. Make sure you're feeling okay. And again, oh, you've got a zip in your lower back. Note to self, don't wear these shorts again. Okay, so scissors, let's take it up. So level 1, single leg tabletop, engaging the center, gliding the ribs down. Level 2, up we come, double leg tabletop, tap it down. Everybody wants to make it harder. Switch the legs over and then hold for a breath in. Breathe out, switch the legs over, hold for the breath in. Gorgeous. Breathing out to switch, breathing in to hold. Keep on going with that. Good. Let's go for 4. So just a little bit of endurance. 3. If you've got that breath pattern down, 2, you should get abdominal fatigue. 1. And then legs down one at a time. Gorgeous. Okay. We're going to go one last level, just one extra level, which is this change in the breath speed. You can only do that if you are absolutely sure you've got control of your torso and there is no tension in the lower back. Anything building the lower back, doesn't matter, just stay at the level 2 or level 3 or even level 1. So level 1, lift and lower. Level 2, everybody up. Double leg tabletop. Okay. Tap it down. Quick change over for level 3. Normally breathe in to hold, but now guys, breathe in through 2 leg movements. Breath in, and breathe out through 2 leg movements. Breath out, breath out. Keep on going. So it's breathing in, 2 movements. Breathing out, 2 movements. Breathing in, breathing out. So really endurance through that torso now. Looking at those knees. Now the band should be pulling you kind of out and in as well as moving forward and backwards. So looking at those knees. Don't let it roll in and roll out. Keep everything in this gorgeous straight line. Pull the knees a little bit wider for the last couple. You know, really work that band resistance. So if you're doing level 1, pull the knees slightly wider than we would normally be. Just challenging that stability. Breathing in through 2 leg movements. Breathing out through 2 leg movements and rest. Woo, okay, hug those knees into the chest again and just hold it there for a second. Now remember guys, it's so important, you should not be feeling any tension in your lower back. If you do, go down a level. There's no pressure in here, but it just means you're safe and actually you are strengthening yourself. So let's go down one at a time. So we're going to do a hip twist now. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring the ball in. Okay, so destabilizing you, making it harder. Squeeze the bum, lift into a small shoulder bridge, put the ball underneath your bum, not your lower back, your bum, and then lower your hips down. Good, okay, fantastic. So I've still got the block under my head because I want to look, I want to be able to see my knees and see what's going on. I'm going to bring my hands onto my hips, press the elbows into the floor, and just take a quick second to find my neutral pelvis. So do a couple of small tilts forward and backwards, find your center, draw those abdominal muscles in, and lastly, rib cage, glide and melt that rib cage down. The hip twist level 1, this is simple guys, but as you pull that knee out to the side, you've got to keep an eye on the knee that's stable and keep those hips level. Let's go to the other side. Breathing out, breathing in. Now we've already asked your hips to do quite a lot today. So don't be surprised if you're feeling quite shaky, like your movement's juddery. Just aim to get that movement smooth out and smooth in, you know, just gliding out and gliding in. And let's just go alternating sides for a bit. If you want to destabilize, challenge a bit more, heels up. So you're constantly paying attention to the knee, that you're not moving, because we want that knee to be really still. Breathing out and breathing in. Alternating side to side. Now, as I'm getting tired, I'm finding I really want to kind of drop and ping. Let that band Be strong, but don't let it win. Don't let it pull you around. Gliding in and gliding out. Fantastic. Last one. Drop the heels down, arms long, and then take the knee up to single leg tabletop. We're all going to go, again, it's a level 1, but challenging because the band is there and the ball is there. One leg circle. Imagine you've got a pencil attached to that knee. Draw small circles on the ceiling. Let's go. And you're still looking and paying attention to the static leg. So the circling knees, yes, circling, it should be smooth. But I really want you to stabilize the knee, the hip, and the torso. That's the key bit here. Reverse that circle. Now, obviously, guys, if we're struggling to stabilize, like you are wobbly, take the ball away or take the band away. It's not a problem, either way. One to each side, drop that leg, switch over, and let's go again. Circling. 5, 4, 3, 2. Really work that core. 1, and reverse the circle. So again, guys, just looking at that static knee, the band is really challenging the other side stability. It's pulling it out, it's rolling it in. Press that heel into the floor. Use the glutes to stabilize. Last one, foot down. Again, just rest here, just rest here. If you're wobbly, guys, take the ball away, take the band away. It's just important to keep this front portion tip, top, and strong. Let's try level 2, but honestly, just do the one that's the hard version, okay? Don't go up to level 2 just because. If level 1 is still a challenge, stay with a bent knee. If you've got that hamstring leg, let's take that leg up. But again, as long as that torso is stable, that's the only thing that matters really. Now circle with the toe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. 5. Looking at that stabilizing knee. If you are wobbly, drop the knee. Keep on going. Just dropping the knee lowers that lever, shortens it down a little, makes it a little bit easier. And foot down. Quick reset. Am I in a straight line? Are my shoulders relaxed? Is my head and neck relaxed? Engage the center. Tabletop. Straight leg if you want to go to level 2. 5, 4. Use the hands to help stabilize you if you need to, but make sure we're not gripping with that neck or gripping with your jaw. Really relax that mouth up. Good. Guppy fish. 5 circles in the opposite direction. 5, 4. Engage that center. 3, 2, 1. And guys, rest down. Honestly, absolutely fantastic. Good. Squeeze the bum. Lift your hips. Take the ball away. Lower the self down. We're going to roll onto our side. I'm going to get rid of my blocks. So I'm going to swap and put the ball onto my head from my side lying exercise now. So just basically it's a little bit more comfortable for me. Okay, so I'm going to keep the band here. Because we're going to do clam, level 1 and level 2 and level 3. So you're going to all do the levels, but you stop if it starts to get hard, but you can drop down a level if you need. 10 repetitions of each. Hand on hip. Lengthen that top hip down and away. Roll into a little backwards tilt and tuck that rib cage in. Engage the center, heels touching. Float the knee up and down. So that band's going to have that little biting point, that little bit to kind of help increase that resistance. You might not go as high as you normally would do. It's absolutely fine. I just want that side pocket muscle, that glute med, to just start kicking in. 4, 3, relax that top shoulder away from the ear, 2, 1, and rest down. Now you should already be feeling some butt burn because that band is there. Float both heels up. Level 2. Lengthen the top hip, lift that belly button, almost lifting it away from the floor. 10 and down. 9 and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, good. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest those feet down. Here's the challenging one. Slide that bottom leg out straight. Bend the top knee up and drop it to the front. So the band's going to be quite pulled already. Again, take it away if it's too much. Hook the top foot behind the thigh, but don't put that foot on the floor. Really hook it into the thigh itself. Hand in front. Drop that top shoulder down away. Lengthen through that hip and engage the center. Now, without rolling around, lift that top knee up. Don't roll backwards. And then drop that top knee down. Really should be quite hard if you've got that band there. 2, 3. It won't be very high, that's fine. 4, because the band's already tight. 5, 6, 7, good. 8, all the burn. 9, 10, and straighten those legs out. Oh my goodness, okay. Whew. Last thing here. Now, this is one you're going to have to blame your parents for. Point your toe, lift your top foot up to hip height, and you're going to write your name with your toes. So I've got a long name, thanks Mum. And I'm going to draw my name, K-R-I-S. Now we've got a couple of short names in the room. You've got to write your surname as well, because there's no cheating. A couple of 3 and 4 letter names, I think. I'm sure, that's it. So write the surname if you've got that short name. And A, and I am done. Okay. My butt's burning, it's about to fall off. So we'll do the other side. Okay, yeah. So switch those legs round. Gently, gently, gently. Okay, we're asking quite a lot. So be nice, no flinging the body around too much. Okay, lock up, band, pillow, whatever it's going to be. Just reset that band. Mine's just got a little bit of a wiggle. That's it. Okay, good. Hand on top hip, resting that top shoulder, lengthening it away. Little backwards tilt, soft the rib cage, engage the center, heels touching, lift the top knee up, then down. No movement here in that hip. 2 and down. 3 and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, good, 9, 10. It should already be burning because it's already worked to stabilize your other side. Float those feet up and lift into clown level 2 and lower. Good. 2, 3, well done guys, keep going. 4, 5, 6, just stabilize the torso. 7, 8, 9, 10, and gently rest. Hand in front to help stabilize. Slide that bottom leg out completely straight. Bend that top knee up a little bit more and hook that top foot behind the thigh. Hand in front. Drop that top hip. Tuck the ribs in. Engage the center without moving any of your body. Lift that top knee up and down. Good. Now remember guys, if you don't think you've got the control, the technique's all over the place, or just in fact you're not sure and you feel like you need to contact me after class, just go back to level 2. It's better to do a better technique of a level that you know and you're still challenged at than do a harder level and do it completely wrong. Especially with me. It's all about getting that technique beautiful. Consciously training your body in here to have this unconscious stability and strength for the rest of the time. 3, 2, I'm struggling to put that knee down smoothly. 1, and just straighten out. Okay, brain power. Spell your name backwards. Let's do it. Just working through keeping your brain engaged. I'd like to help keep you intelligent as well as strong. And remember, if you did a short name and you've got to do your surname as well, I'm sorry, you still got to do it. Last bit for me. And I'm done. Oh my goodness, I'm so done. All right, lie on your back. We're going to have an extremely well-deserved stretch off. So hug the knees into the chest to gently take the band away. We're going to fold one leg over the other. We're going to hug the hand and the knee onto the foot and pull in. So we're going to use the other leg. We're going to stabilize this time. So just now, with those hands, wiggle the knee around a little bit until you find the point right on that muscle group we've just worked. And it won't feel particularly pleasant, but if you can really kind of work through that unpleasantness and hold that stretch, all that lactic acid you've just kind of worked into the area will go away. It will help the ache after the class, but it will also be able to get some length in there. So not only are we strengthening it, we're also keeping it beautifully mobile. Let's go for one more hold, little breath in and out, and then straighten that same leg up in the air. Hold behind the thigh. Now, first of all, guys, point the toe. Can you get that leg completely straight? So tensing the thigh. If you're still bent, don't pull it into the chest. It's completely irrelevant. Work on straightening the leg out. If you can straighten that leg out, then you can work and pull it in a little bit closer to you. But honestly, if the knee's bent, it's not a good stretch. Now, when you're in the best stretch you can think of, I'd like you to try to move yourself into a forward tilt of your pelvis. So that's that arching of the lower back away from the floor, and that should increase that hamstring stretch a lot. And if you're comfortable there, one more breath in and breath out before you bend the knee and just lower. Lovely. Single leg tabletop, cross it over, rest the foot. Use those hands to help pull you in, and again, it is properly as simple as finding the little angles that work for you. When you have found it, which I certainly have, hold it. You might want to close your eyes. You might want to think of something else. What are you doing for the rest of the day? What are you having for your dinner? Pull it in a bit further, make it hurt a little bit more. Focus on the next cup of tea or cup of coffee you can have. And unfold it into our straight leg. Good, fingertips behind the thigh, straighten the knee. If you can straighten the knee, pull the thigh in. And if you can, forwards tilt your pelvis. So that's that really extra bit that's maybe hard to do, but if you can put that forwards tilt in, it's just going to be so lovely and worthwhile. So gentle breathing out, breathing in, forwards tilt, finding that hamstring stretch, and rest down. Well done, guys. Okay, a little rest off of the hips and back, I think, is definitely worth it now. Feet together, knees together, hands out just wider than your mat, shoulders pulled back and down. If you've got a ball, put your head on it now. We're going to go for a little hip twist. Let both feet and knees roll to one side and turn the head to the opposite direction. I'm going to breathe in to hold you there and breathe out to bring it back to the middle. Breathing out to go to the other side. Now, if you want to, you can put that breath hold in, but you don't have to. But just roll side to side, turning the head to the opposite direction that you were. Now, last couple, let's get the abs working. Breathe in, lift the ribs. Breathe out, press the ribs to the floor as you bring the knees back in. Good, okay. Roll them across the other side. Breathe in, lift the ribs. Breathe out, squash the ribs down as you bring those knees in. Fantastic. Hug one knee into the chest. Switch over. Hug the other knee into the chest. Take both knees in. Lift the head off the ball and just start that little roll. Nothing's jerky, though, please. Draw that belly button in. If you need to, just sit up normally. But if you comfortably can, use that momentum just to help you come to a nice, comfortable, seated position. Good. Roll the knees to the side. Come into a little crouch, hip distance apart. Press those heels towards the floor. Get a little arm stretch. Tuck the chin in. Lift the bottom in the air. Roll the weight backwards. Lift those toes and then just gently curl into your backwards tilt. Roll that lower back to flats, middle back, upper back. Pull those shoulders back and down. And lastly, lift the head. Oh, fantastic, eh? I said that was intermediate, but I'm telling you, that might have been a little bit harder. Okay, feet hip distance apart, I love you guys. Relax those arms down by the sides. Just flop. You know, get that spine really stretched to finish. Starting off with a mermaid. Soften the knees, side bend, stroke up, and just look up and reach to that hand. Nice little level one. Reach up, and then stand up. Beautiful. Okay, soften the knees, side bend, reach up. So we're not reaching over, guys, we're reaching up, 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 directly to the ceiling. And then stand up. Cool, okay. Little modification. Bend the knees, flex the hips, look up, lean across just a little bit. Use the hand on the thigh to support you. Look, and then just stand. Fantastic. Okay, good. Soften the knees, side bend, reach. If you're comfortable to, use that little extra lean. Hold the stretch, fine, enjoy it. Hand back to the ceiling and stand up. Okay, make sure we're not dizzy in between. Sink into that side again. This time, take the hands and gaze behind you, really lifting that breastbone up to the ceiling. And then back to that start position. And up, fantastic. So use that hand on the thigh if you need stability. So looking up. Hand and gaze backwards, expose the breastbone to the ceiling, and then back up and in. Fantastic. Okay, 2 side roll downs. Shoulder roll one side, lean into the side stretch, then fold, stroke down the outside of the leg, swing to the middle, curl up through one vertebrae at a time, shoulders and head. Fantastic, guys. Other shoulder roll. Into that side lean. Beautiful. Folding down, swing to the middle, roll up in that straight line. Shoulders, then head. Okay, let's go feet back all the way together again. We'll finish as we started. Thighs together. Little backwards tilt just to lengthen the lower back and bring that pubic bone up slightly. Engage those eye needle-wee muscles. Draw that rib cage down toward your pubic bone, but maintain that wide collarbone position. Hands are nice floated. Lengthen through the back of the neck, bring that chin in, and just turn and look over one shoulder. Turn and look over the other shoulder. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to turn. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to turn back to look at the front. Spread the toes, get as much of the pressure through those toes as you can. Breathe in, shrug directly up. Breathe out, roll the shoulders back and down. Breathe in, shrug directly up. Breathe out, circle around. So we're creating this half circle. Lift and circle. Last one, lift. And as those shoulders circle down, lift that helium balloon head up. Breathe in to hold that swan neck position. And slow breath out, drawing that belly button in as you go. And finished. Well done, guys. Give yourself a clap.